Sunny, please kindly explain about I'm not my body. Because when it comes to I'm not my mind, it is really easy to experience, but I am not the body for me is so hard to understand, let alone experience. So the first approach you can take to contemplate this is see that the body is an experience in knowing, in consciousness. Usually the reference point from where we live is I am the body. And here now, anything outside of the body is the outside world, and anything inside is me, which includes my thoughts, my feelings, and the knowing. Everybody knows that they are aware, but it is felt to be a part of the body. And that package comprises of the person as the separate thing. So that is what you are through your own experience, through looking in your own experience, you are seeing. So the first approach to this is seeing that again, we always go back to that really simple example of being on the train platform. Something to observe change, you must be in one place. That which observes change, to change needs a changeless background to perceive change. And I'll clarify this, but see that, and it is actually your experience. You don't believe you change. You look at your thoughts and you look at your thoughts from 5 years ago, then you say, oh, I've changed. But your experience of yourself is always me, myself, I. Here, now, being aware. Please see that. Your primary experience of yourself never changes. You believe I am. I am the same. That has never changed about you. Even when you were 10 years old, you felt like it was the same quality of me. And you feel like now I am still the same person, but just different in my personality and this and that. So this is just us not looking at it deeply enough because there's a deep just looking at myself as this changeful body. So see that when you're standing on that train platform and the things that are coming and going, the trains that are coming and going. Now you can call these trains, right? Obviously, everybody, it's so obvious that the world is changing very rapidly, always in a fluid state. It seems so solid and rigid and like fixed, but it is always changing. Go to a cave for 5 years and then come out and see how different the world is. Your situations, your relationships, everything is changing. That everybody understands. So you are not the world. You are something that is observing the world change. Now you believe it is my body that is observing the world change. But now you're being asked to take a closer look at your own experience of yourself. Your body itself, in appearance, in feeling, in ability, in all its attributes, changes. You don't have to be 90 years old to see this. Even if actually we say to a 15-year-old, he or she can also just completely see this. So now the body itself has become something that I'm looking at. There's a deeper experience of me, of what I am, that is also aware, that is looking at the body, just like is looking at the world. Previously, you thought, okay, the body is looking at the world. Now you're looking at your own body. From where? So this itself is easily seeable that I cannot just be the body. And when I say I'm not the body, I'm not saying, oh, throw your body in the trash or like, oh, body, you won't feel the body anymore. It's just an understanding that what I am is not just the body. And actually, you know how you said for you it's easier to see that I'm not my mind, but I can't see I'm not the body? For everybody, it's actually the opposite. So it's funny that you say that because everybody sees clearly that they are not the body, especially as they grow old, because all their sense of identity in the body, in their looks, in their physical capability starts to wither away. And they say it's like then they finally wake up to that. It's like, damn, if I'm losing everything that I identify with so deeply as my body. It's letting me down. Who is this me that we're talking about? From where are we seeing the body change, yet we feel like I am the same thing. I am the same entity. You as a person, right? The thoughts, beliefs, the personality, everything is changing, yet you feel I am the same entity. Where is the sense of continuity coming from? Where are you seeing the body change? So another way of seeing this, and this is actually something I'm also going to be creating new lectures around as we go deeper into this sort of philosophy. And you can consult the three states of waking, dream, and sleep. So the Vedanta approach, the Advaita Vedanta approach, the same approach like the self inquiry, it requires you to always look at everything through your own experiment, through your own experience from a subjective view, meaning don't consult other people's experience, but rather your own experience for this. See your own three states of waking, dream, and sleep. So in Vedanta philosophy, that which appears and disappears, that which is in one state and not in another, is not deemed to be real. It is deemed to be an appearance. So see that the body, that which you're deeply identified with by you, is only in the waking state. In the dream state, perhaps sometimes you're by you, but sometimes you're something else. Or even the body experienced as me in the dream, where there's equally as much identification that this is what I am. Perhaps sometimes you're able to do things that you're not able to do in waking. Perhaps you have an illness in waking and you're not able to move properly. In dream, you're able to run and do all sorts of things. So in your own experience, the body that is deeply identified with and experienced and identified as myself in waking is not there in dream. And then in deep sleep, it is totally not there. There's no body there. That which sees all three, is that the body? Or better question is, what is that? That which, because it is also me that experiences the three states. What is the only thing that remains constant in the three states? We say, I am waking, I am dreaming, I am sleeping. You do not say, no I arises in sleep to say I am sleeping. Otherwise, you're not sleeping. But upon waking, it is clearly seen that I slept. If you only dreamt, right? If you didn't sleep, if you didn't have the actual experience of total blankness, then actually, if you take a closer look, your experience would just be dreaming and waking. There would be no absence, there would be no gap where you feel, there would be no recollection of the absence. So I experience waking, dream, and sleep. All three different. And in one, no body, in one, different body, and in the other, different body. So through this analysis, dwell in this analysis and be quiet with your findings. Don't interpret the findings too much. And the understanding will start to develop, to be cultivated. And now from here, you don't reject the body. You're not trying to not take care of the body. You're not trying to like do anything. It's just that this is no longer the reference point for my existence. This no longer dominates my understanding of myself. This no longer is my ultimate reality. When you say I am not the body is very hard for me to understand, let alone experience. So it's not that like when you to experience that, you must no longer experience the body. See that like right now, you are experiencing the world. You seeing all these people, me on the call, you that is you experiencing the world. Yet you don't think I am the world. So in that way, you're experiencing the body, yet I am not the body. This understanding is what is necessary. And then the body will stop dominating your experience. Then the little urges and compulsions and pampering of the body will no longer be the primary purpose of your existence. Otherwise, we just live and die for the body to get this body more pleasurable experiences and avoid it going through any sort of difficulty or hardship. It just becomes the center stage of our existence. And we are even willing to hurt others and cheat others in order to make this body more fruitful and successful and give this body more. So see how that creates a lot of dysfunction and suffering. And we can't learn this from books. We have to just look at our own experience. Anytime you only act for the well-being and only of this body while rejecting the or in a very selfish manner, taking away from other and just selfishly trying to pursue the interests of this, there will always be a certain level of suffering in your experience. Because the selfish mental imprint, there's only the illusion of it is bringing me benefit, but ultimately that the benefit gained in that there's already the seed of the suffering which is to come. And that's why that's the whole concept. Because I don't really go too deep into the concept of karma and caring about all that stuff. To me, it's all secondary to the direct teaching. But I think this is the closest that I care to come to karma, where it is in your own mental impressions and the actions which come from them, which contains the very seed of its opposite. And so even when I say, like I said on the last call that your challenges are like the sometimes the test of your understanding of unity, that they bring forth all these motives of your lower nature, that like it's easier when you're going through a difficult time to act according to your lower nature, to give in into a lot of those things like anger, greed, jealousy, whatever. But in those very actions, already, even if you get the momentary benefit or something, already lies the seed of suffering, the consequences of that. Not as a punishment, but just the very, it sits opposite, it sits inseparable part. And that is why that teaching of even, like even if somebody is causing you hardship, bear no hatred for them. Forgive. Don't become angry. Anger happens, but don't be angry. Don't retaliate. Through this, you're not only healing yourself, you're healing the world because you're ending the cycle of the constant misery, the constant suffering. And your mind may not be able to really get a hold of this and think of the magnitude of this, but by healing yourself in this way, by not reacting by your lower nature, you're healing the world on a much grander scale. And that is why I also say it's like your own letting go of all of this stuff is the world's letting go of all of this stuff. It is the greatest benefit that you are giving to your family members, to your friends, to your loved ones, to your world. And it is by just your mere understanding and presence that you will be a great gift to the world. I truly believe that. See how, though, that's not possible when we are firmly established in our identity as just this person, this body. Because then truly the selfish nature out of which, right, that body identification is the basis of the entire lower nature of selfish, greed, hatred, envy, all those traits. They are deeply established in body identification. Just the ultimate well-being of this one as a separate thing apart from everything else. So forgiveness, compassion, love, these are just words when from body identification. They can not truly be experienced. These words are of an entirely different realm than body identification. So as this cloud of body identification is being melted away, this becomes experience. Body is still in experience, but it's no longer the center stage. And the lower nature also starts to sort of go out of view. And then compassion and forgiveness are not practices. Acceptance is not a practice. It's not a task. It's not a thing to do. It is the only thing that makes it's the only way to be.